In another chapter of the downfall of Diddy, former Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money star Dawn Richard is suing Diddy and confirming that she also experienced abuse at his hands and also witnessed Cassie's abuse. So according to Rolling Stone, former Danity Kane member Dawn Richard is suing Sean Diddy Combs, alleging the music mogul groped her on numerous occasions, was physically violent with women, trapped her inside a locked car for 2 hours as a form of punishment, and threatened her life.
The downfall of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs continues to spiral as another former artist has stepped forward with disturbing claims. This time, it's Dawn Richard, a member of not one but two of Diddy's famous groups, Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, who's decided to speak out. Richard is alleging years of abuse at the hands of her former mentor, boss, and collaborator, but it doesn't stop there. Richard claims she also witnessed abuse firsthand against none other than Cassie, Diddy's longtime ex-girlfriend. We'll break it all down for you. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the tea. Dawn Richard's lawsuit is sending shockwaves through the music industry. And one thing about her, she doesn't hold back. This is a woman who speaks her truth. So when I saw her name attached to a lawsuit against Diddy, I knew there had to be something serious going on.
In the weeks and months leading up to the Bad Boy Interscope deal, Mr. Combs had frequent meetings with producer and then CEO of Interscope Records, Jimmy Iovine. On one such occasion, Combs hosted a dinner at a West Hollywood, California restaurant, which Miss Richard and Miss Harper were required to attend. Among the guests at the dinner were celebrities like Neo and Usher, as well as Mr. Iovine. At the dinner, Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura had an argument. In front of dinner guests, Mr. Combs hissed at Miss Ventura in a screaming whisper and forcefully punched her in the stomach, causing her to double over in visible pain, crying at a dinner party in front of everyone. Miss Clark escorted Miss Ventura out of the restaurant, and Mr. Combs remained and continued socializing with dinner guests. At this point, Interscope Records clearly had actual knowledge that Combs was dangerous around females and that Combs was willing to brazenly batter a female in public. Even after Iovine watched, keyword watched, allegedly. Even after Mr. Iovine watched Mr. Combs commit a violent assault in front of numerous high-profile witnesses, the Bad Boy Interscope deal took place and remained in effect, providing Mr. Combs with immense financial reward and enabling him to commit further acts of violence without fear of repercussion. Watching Mr. Combs openly assault Miss Ventura in front of Mr. Iovine and various celebrities and observing other powerful music industry representatives were complicit in Mr. Combs' behavior amplified Miss Richards' fear that Mr. Combs could one day harm her and that his actions could be accepted and normalized by everyone surrounding him. Welcome to the music business, baby. Welcome to the big kid table. That's the table she at. She at the big kid table where all the crazy shit be going down.
And if you've been keeping up, you'll know this isn't the first time Diddy's been accused of abusive behavior. Just last week, we reported on another bombshell lawsuit filed by a victim currently serving time in prison. That individual alleged that Diddy was involved in similarly disturbing behavior, resulting in a $100 million default judgment in favor of the victim. Of course, Diddy's legal team is doing everything in their power to get that ruling overturned, but it's becoming increasingly clear that these accusations aren't isolated incidents. So, what exactly is Dawn Richard saying? For those who may have forgotten, Dawn was a key member of Danity Kane, the girl group formed on MTV's Making the Band, a show where Diddy was at the helm. After the group's initial success, Dawn continued her career under Diddy's guidance as part of Diddy Dirty Money, alongside Kalena Harper. According to a report by Rolling Stone, Dawn has now filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of some pretty disturbing acts. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy groped her on multiple occasions, was violent toward women around him, and, in a truly chilling accusation, trapped her in a locked car for hours as a form of punishment. If that weren't enough, she also claims that Diddy threatened her life on more than one occasion. But it's not just Diddy being targeted in this lawsuit. Dawn is also going after Harv Pierre, the former CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. Pierre's name has come up before in other lawsuits against Diddy, which raises even more questions about the kind of environment that existed within Diddy's inner circle. Now, if you think that's bad, it gets worse. The lawsuit details that Diddy allegedly used psychological manipulation to keep Dawn and others under his control. He convinced her that submitting to his inappropriate behavior was a necessary evil for success in the music industry. Essentially, he used his power and influence to make these women believe that abuse and exploitation were just part of the deal if they wanted to make it big. The The lawsuit lays out a disturbing picture of life in Diddy's orbit, including accounts of wild, drug-fueled parties where young women appeared barely conscious as Diddy and his crew allegedly took advantage of them. What makes Dawn's claims even more compelling is that she's not just speaking out about her own experiences, she's also backing up allegations made by Cassie. You might remember Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy late last year, accusing him of physical abuse and even sex trafficking. Dawn says she personally witnessed Diddy choke Cassie during one of their heated arguments, and even saw him throw a scalding pan of hot eggs at her in 2005. To make matters worse, Dawn alleges she saw Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, leave his studio with a visibly injured face and a bloody lip. These are some truly terrifying claims, and they paint a very dark picture of what life must have been like behind the scenes. Dawn's lawsuit also reveals that she tried to intervene and help Cassie escape her toxic relationship with Diddy on multiple occasions. However, this only infuriated Diddy further. He allegedly threatened Dawn, telling her that he could make people disappear and end them. Now, we've all heard rumors over the years about Diddy's darker side, but these threats take things to a whole new level. The lawsuit emphasizes just how much power and control Diddy seemed to have over the people in his life. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Dawn's decision to file this lawsuit comes roughly 10 months after Cassie settled her case against Diddy. Cassie's case, which involved allegations of abuse, sex trafficking, and even drug-fueled orgies, shook the entertainment industry to its core. Despite settling her case privately, Cassie's bravery has clearly inspired others to come forward, including Dawn. In her lawsuit, Dawn explains that watching Cassie stand up for herself helped her realize that she had been suffering in silence for years, believing that the abuse she endured was somehow normal. This is a feeling that many of Diddy's alleged victims seem to share, being trapped in a cycle of manipulation and control, all for the promise of fame and success. Rolling Stone continues to report that Diddy's fall from grace began with Cassie's lawsuit, where she accused him of forcing her into degrading situations throughout their decade-long relationship. One of the most jaw-dropping allegations involved Diddy making Cassie participate in drug-fueled freak-offs with other men, which left her feeling trapped and powerless. The situation escalated in 2016 when Diddy allegedly attacked her at a hotel in Los Angeles, and the incident was caught on surveillance footage. The footage, which CNN later revealed, shows Diddy chasing Cassie down a hallway, violently throwing her to the ground and stomping on her before attempting to drag her back to their room. And yet, despite all of this, Diddy has never been held accountable. He's still living the high life, vacationing on beaches, and acting like nothing's wrong. In light of these new allegations from Dawn, many are left wondering how long Diddy can continue to evade justice. Aubrey O'Day, another former Danity Kane member, has also spoken out about Diddy's abusive behavior in the past, though she hasn't gone into as much detail as Dawn and Cassie. Still, it's becoming increasingly clear that these allegations are part of a much larger, much darker pattern. So what do you all think? Will Diddy finally face the consequences of his actions, or will he continue to walk away unscathed, as he has for so long? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this unfolding story. We've got a lot more to come on this one, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.